Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vote and create wealth from within. What's up, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, good people? Hope all is well with everybody. Hope all is well mentally, spiritually, physically, all that good stuff, okay? Welcome over here on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. It is your girl, Dr. Worlds. If you are here for the first time, welcome. If you are always coming around sitting with your girl, Dr. Worlds, then welcome back. Okay. I want to ask everybody to go ahead and pay your admin fee. And it ain't no PayPal and Stripes. It's simply a share. It's a like. It's a tag. It's an invite. However, you have to get the algorithm to know this is a video that should be recommended to others. Please do that on whatever platform. Okay. Make sure you are engaging in the comment section. It's free. When I pull up here, I come to give freely. Hopefully, you guys come to receive and share freely. And we all get our needs met, okay, doing so. What I'm talking about on this live might not be for you, but guess what? It could very much so be for somebody that you know on your page. The power of the share is powerful, okay? Very powerful. I'll share a quick testimonial about the power of a share. Somebody can be on the street right now on their last leg, on their last hope, and someone comes up in their, sphere of influence in their environment, and they feel compelled to stop and talk. Take out their camera, introduce others to the person that's down on their last hope. And before you know it, this person can go from absolutely having nothing to absolutely having everything that they could ever even dream or imagine because of the power of a share. Okay. So I just wanted to share that. That's a real life example that I could use that we can all relate to because we have seen content just as I described. Our hearts have been moved to compassion to help people or learn something about somebody's life that we did not know because somebody shared it. Okay. With that being said, I want to get started really quickly just with a poem. Okay. This is another teachable moment with Dr. Tawana Worlds. And I want to use the form of a poem to do my teachable moment. Okay. This poem is called The Land of the Free and the Home of the Slave. Okay, I'll say that again. This poem is called, written by me, Land of the Free and Home of the Slave. They sold us a dream with a deductible, freedom with the processing fee. Liberty has been billed monthly, interest has compounded emotionally. America was born in rebellion, but grew up loving receipts. Tax the tea, tax the land, tax the breath between your teeth. They said work hard, didn't say work tired, didn't say work broke, didn't say work smart. That was prohibited. They built schools like factories, same bells, Same roles, same fear. Teaching kids to memorize obedience instead of learning how money disappears. 12 years to train you how to clock in. Zero lessons on credit, zero lessons on land, zero lessons on leverage. But they'll give you algebra trauma and call that preparation. College, that's just an adult daycare with debt. Average student loan 37,000 plus. But somehow the textbooks still outdated and the professors are still underpaid. They say get a job. Didn't say jobs left. Didn't say corporations made record profits. While wages flatline like a bad EKG. Minimum wage still arguing with inflation. Rent rising like it caught an Uber surge. Literally. Groceries hitting like luxury status. Eggs got a whole attitude now. Healthcare, pay now, wait later, still eventually unalive yourself. Medical debt is the number one reason people are going bankrupt. In the richest country on earth. That ain't irony. That's a scam with scrubs on, beloveds. Politicians shake hands with one arm while the other digs in your pocket. Lobbyists write laws in cursive. And we arguing red versus blue like it's a sports team. They pass $1 trillion bills overnight, but can't pass clean water by zip code. They can fund wars instantly, but can't fund peace. They can't fund housing or healing. The military, they recruit hope at 18. Then they issue trauma by 22. Then they tell the vets, thank you for your service, instead of adequate health care, housing, and therapy. Our 20 veterans a day still lost to unaliving. But defense contractors, they eat steak dinners. Off contract signed in silence. They divide us by color, by party, by gender, by poverty brackets that they themselves created. Because united people ask dangerous questions, but divided people argue online and off. While the bank accounts bleeding quietly, they call it a system. Because trap sound too honest. But here's the part they did not plan for. Now it's time people to wake up. Grandmas, mamas, daddies, aunties, uncles, nephews, nieces, children's, grandchildren's. It's time to wake up. Let's come together, not by color, by human. Start getting what our neighbors, pooling our resources, building our communities without their permission, and come together as a family and say, we, the people, will figure it out together. This is your reminder. Ain't nobody coming to save us. But you are not powerless. You got to learn the game. You got to get in the game. You got to play the game. Protect your household. Build skills that they cannot outsource or automate. Own something, land, data, community, knowledge. Stop waiting for fairness. Start organizing. Start teaching your kids what the school will not. Start linking arms with people who want freedom, not followers. Because if we don't unite by purpose, they'll keep dividing us by nonsense. 2026 is not the end. It's the exposure. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. So stand up, not just loud, but strategic. Not just mad, but be mobilized. Not just woke, but be wealthy, informed, and connected. Because truly, we are in the land of the free and the home of the slave. Unless we decide otherwise. Father God, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the name above every system, every throne, every power, every algorithm, every spirit, and every structure. We do not come as beggars, but as sons and daughters. Your word declares in Luke 10:19 that you have given us all authority to trample on serpents, scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing, not anything, shall by any means harm us. So right now we take authority. We bind and we cast out every monitoring spirit, familiar spirit, marine spirit, spirits of delay, spirits of dumbness, spirits of distraction, lack, confusion, and sabotage. Spirits assigned to lurk and siphon, copy, spy, report, or suppress momentum. Spirits that come to consume but never commit. Spirits of fear, passivity, double mindedness, doubt, and unbelief. We command them silenced, disconnected, and evicted right now by the blood of Jesus and the fire of the Holy Spirit. According to Isaiah 54:17, no weapon that is formed against us shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against us in judgment, we condemn. Every demonic observer, go blind now. Every unauthorized listener, go deaf now. Every spirit that does not come to build, exit immediately now. Father, let this space become a divine filter. If they are not builders, let them feel uncomfortable and leave. If they are here to spectate, let conviction stir them to either rise or remove themselves. If they are sent to distract, let the door shut quietly behind them. But for every builder, every visionary, every chain breaker, every pioneer, every doer, every kingdom executor, draw them in, align them up, activate them now. Your word says in Psalms 127:1, unless you, Lord, build the house, we, the laborers, labor in vain who build it. So, Lord, you build this house. We now release prosperity, not as lust, but as stewardship power. According to Deuteronomy 8:18, you give us the power to get wealth. We release that power on us to get wealth now and to establish your covenant in this earth. We declare ideas unlocked now, strategies downloaded now, systems align now, contracts locate us now, capital responds now, favor accelerates now, doors swing open without begging now. We break the back of paycheck to paycheck cycles, generational lack, survival thinking, and false humility that rejects provision. We declare kingdom wealth with purpose over every listener on this live. Let builders have access now. Let resources chase assignments now. Let overflow fund obedience now. And we declare divine separation from leeching relationships, misaligned partnerships, emotional vampires, people allergic to responsibility and obedience, and divine align us with covenant collaborators, strategic thinkers, kingdom financiers, and builders with clean hands and focused minds. Your word says in Amos 3:3, how can two walk together unless they agree? So, Father, bring us together, those who agree to build. And we declare we are not late, we are not behind, we are not confused. We are called, we are equipped, we are authorized. The space is holy ground for builders. This platform is protected territory. This assignment will not be drained. Only those sent by God will remain from here on out. Only those ready to work will stay. Only those aligned with purpose will prosper here. We seal this prayer by the blood of Yeshua, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, the fire of the Ruach, the Holy Spirit of God, and the authority of the kingdom. And it is so, and it is done, and it is established. Amen. And if you believe that, say amen. Now I can move forward with what I need to do now that the room is swept. Amen. All right. So I have, and I'm not going to be here long. I'm going to be here in and out. I have came by here, a little bit more than I have been able to come by here in the last month and some change. Okay. Still out here on an assignment. I'm going to give y'all an update. That assignment is almost completed. Hallelujah. Okay. And I see God moving like only He can move. I thank Him for what He is doing in my life, what He is revealing to me. I'm thinking I'm coming out here for one assignment, and it's bigger than what I could even imagine. Um, so I thank those who have prayed for me, not try to pray on me, okay, and hurt yourselves doing so. I've been coming by here for the last couple of days. I want to say, just bringing y'all up to speed. I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of receipts showing y'all headlines and different things of that sort because I am not going to be here that long, but I am going to recap really quickly, okay? And I'm just going to let you all know what the heck is going on in modern day, terminology without us having to go see all these receipts. Right now, there's so much going on and where to start. But right now, okay, we all know one thing is that we are being ripped off from the inside out. We are being lied to, okay? We have been scammed, continuing to be scammed as long as you keep on going along with the scam system. Will continue to be scammed. The billionaires, the rich, the wealthy, they will continue to get rich. They will continue to get wealthy. They will continue to possess land and take territory for their own assignment, and that will leave us under their control. We should not be under any man's control, okay? Whether you're a believer or not, you need to hear this. You should not be under any man's control except it be Christ. That's it and that's all. You shouldn't be under any man's control where they have anybody who has the power to control you, has the power to starve you, has the power to bankrupt you, have the power to abuse you, harm you. Anybody that you give power to has the right, the legal right to control, dictate, manipulate, all that other stuff. I tell people all the time because it is a real saying. People can only do what you have allowed them to do, what you have given them the power to do so. Okay? I tell people that all the time. I have clients that are afraid to get on the camera and change their lives and change their financial forecast. I don't care about this camera. I don't care about getting on this camera. I don't care about any of that. When it comes to building and making sure my children and my family have what they need, I don't care about coming on that on live stream. I don't care if my teeth are crooked. I don't care if my nose might be this or that. I don't care if my wig is crooked. I don't care about any of that. And you want to know why I don't care about any of that? It's because when I show up for me. I don't care what other people think. That is their opinion, and they are entitled to that. But some people can't even get up and change their financial forecast, their financial destiny, because they have a fear of what people think about them or what people are going to say about them. So that hinders them from having the very thing that they desire to have. They rather go work. They don't mind showing their faces up for work. But this system never allows you to have anything for yourself. Working should never be about I'm working for money. Building should never be about I'm building for money. Because money is everywhere. Okay. It's in the form of paper, currency. It's in the form of precious metals. It's in the form of silver and gold. It's in the form of land, real estate. Money is everywhere. There is not a shortage of money. Money has been around since the beginning of time. There's not a shortage of money. There is theft that is happening. Therefore, people, are wasting time trying to exchange their time for money. And then they end up working for money and not for freedom. Money is in abundance, it's everywhere. But you don't have freedom. You don't have time freedom to go and do what you want to do when you want to do it. At the hotel we've been at, they don't get to take paid time off. They don't get to take sick time off at all. And I'm like, you do this, you work like this, you deprive yourself of this. One of the women told me, hey, I think she said it was her father, maybe her father or father-in-law, had a heart attack and she was not able to take off. Whoever you give power to, you give control to. They control how much you make, whether you can leave or stay, whether you can rest if you don't feel good. You don't even got to be fully sick, just not feeling good. And you have to ask for permission. And you put yourself through all of that only for you to end up with nothing in the end. How much do you cost? How much do you cost? Because if you tell me, I want to know, how much do you cost? As y'all coming in here, type in the chat, how much do you cost? How much can I buy you for? Can I buy you? And if I can buy you, how much can I buy you for? And if I can't buy you, why not? How much do you cost? Put the number in the chat. I want to see. I want to see if anybody is willing, and y'all share this, because maybe somebody else is willing to let me buy them. I'm looking for some people to buy. Okay, I want to know how much you cost. Put a number on it. I will pay you to buy you. Y'all make sure y'all share this. I'm looking for people to buy on this live. I'm looking for people to buy. How much can I buy you for? How much do you cost? Please, y'all move fast, move fast, move fast. Tell me in the chat, in the comment section below, how much do you cost? How much can I buy you for? And if I can't buy you, why not? Let me put this on mute, my bad. I'm waiting on y'all to respond anyway, so let me know. Is anybody for sale? Anybody here for sale? Y'all share this. I'm looking for people to buy. Please and thank you. I'm looking for people to buy. Nobody, anybody, raise your hand. Can I buy you? Dang, I sound like I'm begging. How can I buy you? Buy. I'm looking for buyers to buy. How can I buy you? How can I buy you? Five. Hey, what's up? How much can I pay for you, cousin? Hello, somebody. Y'all ain't talking to me. Y'all mad? What's up? Because if I can't buy you, I want to know why not. If you're not for sale, I'm not being funny, I'm being serious. If you're not for sale, why are you selling your time? And if you're going to let somebody go and pay you minimum wage for your life, for your time, for control over your life, then what's up? Can a sister get a hookup? Look, I need some slaves. I'm not even gonna lie. I need somebody to cook for me. I will pay you $1 more than what your job paid you to borrow or buy 8 hours to 12 hours of your time. What's up? Can I buy y'all? Can I buy somebody? And don't try to come over here and tell me I gotta buy you. I'm invaluable. You gotta pay $1 million for me, and you let them pay you minimum wage. Don't do me. I'll give you $1 more than what they giving you. Right now, we can sign the contract. Come work for me. Do some virtual work for me. If you find what I'm saying offensive, you ought to be offended. The truth hurts, but it heals. If you find what I'm saying offensive, then great. My mission has been accomplished. Because that is a system that you are a part of right now. They buy your time. They pay you minimum wage to forget $1 million dreams and ideas. The time to get back to sovereign wealth and money is now. The paper, the dollar market, the paper market, it done lost control. We about to be reset in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've been talking about everything that is happening, thinking that this with Venezuela and now Donald Trump then added 5 other country up in there that he finna just go in and just take territory. Listen, we taking this because we need this for security, and we taking this. People thought it was about oil. It wasn't. Went in and stole all that silver from Venezuela. Bro was not even in custody 48 hours before the United States had 40% shares of their oil. Like, this is a heist. It's a jack move. And right now, there's 2 types of people that's going to continue to sink in the quicksand, and people that's going to be like, I'm going to go ahead and catch this because I know this is my one shot. You got one shot to change your life. One shot. We in a window of opportunity where even though what he is doing is totally insane, something that a madman would do, the economy and the people that know how to play this game, babes, they're changing their lives overnight. You don't think by him jacking that oil that the oil stock didn't go all the way through the roof? Yeah, because we got oil for sale now. What you say? And Ukraine got some of the richest oil on earth, and we got silver. You don't think silver is a great stock to be invested in? You know, people is getting $4,000 a day, only putting $12 on these stocks. See, Donald Trump is making chess moves, but you got to watch clues to be successful, to catch them. Because success not only leaves clues, it also provides receipts. They want us all discombobulated, hating the man. We don't even know the man to hate the man. And to be honest, before he even sat down and took power, this country was already a sugar, honey, iced tea show. It really was. This country ain't been the same for a long time. So we can't say one over the other that made it worse. They all got their fair share of dragging this country to the dirt. But one thing I will say that Mr. Trump is doing is giving everybody an opportunity. For those that got eyes to see and ears to hear, you have one of the greatest opportunities in your lifetime. There ain't going to be another opportunity like this in your lifetime. And if one generation is 35 years and 2 generations is 70 years, we can see why our grandma and our mama and them didn't have no opportunity like we got. It will never be an opportunity like this in your lifetime ever again. Ever. where the whole entire system has been reset and you can actually get in without a degree, without a credit score, without any experience. You can get in and get what you need to build, because that's what this is all about. Most people don't believe that. Well, if the world is collapsing, why should we build? Because the Bible, whether you practice it or not, says our job is to bring the kingdom of God here on earth, just as it is in heaven. Oh, yes, we're supposed to be building. Yeah, we're supposed to be building, taking territory. We're supposed to be the extension, the vehicle of what's happening in heaven here on this earth. We're supposed to be buying up land and possessing it. We're supposed to be taking the wealth of the wicked and translating it, doing the very opposite. Okay? This country is going bankrupt. And right now, while they are resetting it and giving everybody a level playing field, everybody has a level playing field right now to get in and to dominate, which is one of your duties. For those who are unprepared, it's going to crush you. It's going to crush you. For those that are unprepared, it's going to crush you. Everything that I talked about in the last couple of days, to the mass production of the brain chips. I got so many receipts, but we don't want to focus on that. I only show you the receipts so you know the urgency that you are completely running out of time. And the unprepared, if you keep on playing in this system and you keep being a part of this system, you definitely not going to make it. Somebody got to tell you the truth. It might as well be me. Because I'm not afraid. I'm bold. I'm unashamed. I'm courageous enough. I love you enough to not want to see you be crushed, to not want to see you suffer, to not want to see those who are assigned or given and entrusted into your care not to suffer, especially when you don't have to. You got to wake up. Smell the coffee. It's burnt. You got to see exactly what is happening. How these people are preparing for their... These people are preparing to never get out of power. Okay? These people are starting a war. The dollar is only strong when there is a war. There will not be an election. I shared everything that I'm telling you right now. I shared it on the last 2 lives. If we in a war, we can't have another election. The midterms are coming up this year. If we're in war, won't be no midterms. The people that are there will stay there. Donald Trump said this out of his own mouth. He's not teasing a 3rd term. Okay? What we playing with is next level. What we're witnessing is next level. They do not give a Frank dog, a Frank burger about any of us. This is all about capitalism. This is a Hunger Game. May the last man or the best man stand. Will Smith described that in his video, I Am Legend. We're living that out. And I think every American ought to be fully alert with all of the fraud that you see happening. That ought to bother you. That the fraud that is happening and the fraud that is being given to foreigners, when I hear the amounts of fraud, how they came in and they deceived the system And if it would be one thing if they took money from the government, okay, Mr. Government, no shade, no tea, but it would be one thing if they took money from the government. And some will say they did take it from the government. No, they didn't take it from the government. The government is the treasurer. They took it from us. The government makes us pay taxes, and they are the treasurers, and they give this money to businesses. These people that came over here, they know how to get all the way in Somalia. They know how to get a VPN, to get an American address, start a shelf corporation, go take that and get it in partnership with the government, and the government gives our tax dollars to their businesses where they are now going to practice Sharia law and build stuff so that people who don't agree with them and all of this foolishness, they came over here, started child care centers, started adult daycare centers, started autism centers, all the things you don't even need to have a license for. And your girl been coming by here trying to tell us for a very long time. Why we not in government contracts? We, the American citizens, ought to be able to get some of our tax money back. There's nothing wrong with it. They don't give it to regular smuggler people. They give it to businesses. So now you got foreigners, not just Somalians, baby. You got all kind of Cubans. You got all kind of people from everywhere. China, India, Pakistan. You would be amazed how many Indians on the West Coast own real estate and commercial property now. They are buying out the people that have held this stuff for a long time. It is unbelievable. It's insane. I grew up here on the West Coast. I'm 46, about to be 47 in about 12, 13 days. And only been away from here 5 years, going on 6 years in March, the end of February, March. Which means for 41 years I lived on this coast. I've never seen anything like the such. At all. All of the communities, they didn't came in and wiped the people out. They all in the communities, they all in the doctor's offices, they everywhere. They everywhere. And some people might find offense with that. I don't. If I see people who was not born here, and however they came here, whether it was legal or not, overtaking the people that was born here and pushing us out that was born here, that gotta follow the rules, that gotta follow the laws. If not, we will go to jail. If we play any type of dirty game, we will go to jail. If we don't follow the rules, and you got people who was not born here, did not build this country, did not have to abide by any of the rules, come in here and just bankrupt us like that, and now we don't have money for health care and money for food, and we don't have that, what in the Hades must we do? Tell you what to do. Start taking your power back. Rightfully so. Learn how to play these games because you ain't getting no other way. You don't have enough manpower in you to work your way to wealth. You don't. You don't have enough manpower in you. You don't have enough muscle. Your muscle's going to give out. By the time you retire, you won't be able to enjoy your life. You'll be so broken down. This is the land of the free. You are charged for everything, and the home of the slave, because you were a slave to these systems. It was not designed for you to be a ruler of these systems. It was designed for you to be enslaved to this system. We tell you how much you can make, when you can work, how much you can pay, where you can go, where you can shop at, where you can live. We tell you all of this. How much taxes you're going to pay to live there, when you can travel, when you cannot travel. We control everything. Everything. Evening, beloved. So I want to come by here always to educate, to impact, and to offer solutions. I don't care what's going on. I'm not going to be a part of their agenda. I got some receipts. I will come back and show y'all when I have time to show y'all. I've been trying to keep up and keep y'all up to speed with as much as I possibly can with what's going on. Other countries getting involved in what we have done and what we're continuing to do and threatening other countries. This is all being done strategically. My goal, my assignment, my purpose is to come and announce that in my kingdom, you don't have to suffer. If you hearken and you listen to your manufacturer, okay? We can't be afraid to invest money and to lose money. You cannot get entrusted with riches, and you cannot ever be entrusted with wealth trying to go cheap. You can't get rich trying to be cheap. You can't. That is not how this works. People that have tried that, ask how it's working out. Ask why they still in the same financial cycle and position that they have been in for years, because that does not work. You can't get rich being cheap. You can't get wealthy being cheap. You cannot be afraid to invest. You cannot be afraid to invest. You cannot be afraid to tell your money, I'm telling you what to do for me. You no longer telling me what to do for you. Because money is dictating a lot of people's lives right now. It tells you what time you better wake up. It tells you what time you better punch in. It tells you what to put on that application to receive that assistance. It tells you how much money you can make. It tells you when you can take off and when you cannot take off. It is your master. It's not your servant. It tells you you have to work for me. I'm not coming to you freely. You have to work for me. When you change your mind and you tell your money, you're going to go work for me. And you're going to bring me back more than what I'm putting in here. That's what you're going to do. Then money becomes your servant and not your master. You can only serve one master. That is. It's going to be God or it's going to be mammon. And money can't save you. Money can't save you. So we don't work for money. If we do need to use a job, that's for seed. But if that job is stealing up all your time and it don't leave you with nothing, but you be in a bind every month, continually, consistently, you have to worry about money. You have to worry about how you're going to pay your bills. That is another spirit. That's the spirit of mammon, because that's what money wants you to do. Worry about me. Work for me. Yes. Lose your life for me. Let your kids be raised by the world while you over here working for me. The devil is a liar. Okay? There's things that is happening at a rapid pace that we ought to be prepared for, because the unprepared will be crushed for what's coming next. And I promise you, I want to sit down and show y'all what they say is coming next, because I think we should all be aware. But this is not just for us to sit back and think, wow, what they finna do? Wow. And worry ourselves. I'm not worried, not one bit. I'm not worried at all. I'm sorrowful because I don't like to see anything hurt, injured. I don't like to see anything taken advantage of. I don't like to see anything grieving, sorrowful, unhelped. I don't like to see any of that. I don't. It bothers me. And it bothers me that a lot of people, beautiful people, I believe everybody is beautiful people. And I pray especially for my people, God give them rest. Our history is full of toil and suffering and poverty and lack. It bothers me when I drive down the streets and I see brothers. Seen one today with shoes on that was too small or his feet was too swollen. Hair nappy, just without guidance, without any hope. They have life, but they not living. Because those are two separate things. Lots of people got life. You wake up, you still here. You won the lottery on life, but you're not living. Living is living abundantly, exceedingly beyond your wildest dreams. If you think that God put you here to work all your life and never get to enjoy your life, when He said, I come that you may have life and have life more abundantly, then you have been misinformed. God don't want any of us to suffer. That's why He sent people like myself. He knew all He had to do was show me what was to come. And what makes it even real and believable is when He tell you, He pre-tell you, He forewarn you, and then you start seeing this stuff coming to pass. Be like, holy smoke. Yes, you are real, and yes, I will obey. I don't have time to be caught with my pants down or off guard or not building. God, you gave me a mandate to build. I'm going to be in trouble if I don't. You said be fruitful. You said multiply. You said replenish the earth. You said that. You said dominate and have dominion. You said that. And I am out of line. I am out of position if I'm not doing those things. I was not put here to just work and die, work and pay bills and die. That sounds like a curse. I was put here to rule. I was put here to reproduce. I was put here to repopulate. You know why 99.9% of people cannot do what God has called them to do? It's because they spend time worrying about money. How to make it, how to pay bills, how to make ends meet, how I'm gonna get this, or I really want to buy that. I gotta save up for this. That's all your time is wasted on. So you have no time to just live life. It feels foreign to just go out, sit in your front yard and just taking in nature. It feels foreign to just get in your car and just drive down the street. No radio, no nothing, no phone, and just hear silence. Feel the wind on your skin. That's foreign because all people is doing, and that's what the world wants you to do, is consume, 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 be worried, be controlled, have insomnia. I mean, that's not living. You have life, but that's not living. When you are able to fulfill your assignments, when you are able to do for others like you want to do for them, whether that's your family members or a total stranger, when you are able to build and go to places that you've always, that is freedom. I will trade that any day for money. That is freedom. When you can wake up when you want to, when you can go into a store and say, I can buy anything I want to in here. I have financial freedom. I don't have no limitations. I don't have to tell my children, we cannot afford that. I don't have to live where I don't want to live because I can't afford to live anywhere else. If I wanted to go spend time with my family, I have time freedom and money freedom to be able to do that. That is what it's all about. It's freedom. It's not about money. It's not about money. Being in a job, I could never come on an assignment for God and stay for over 30 days without not having a job to go back to. Okay? Them telling me how much I can make, I wouldn't be making it. Life is expensive right now. You can't even afford the wind. Can't afford the rain. Everything is expensive. Everything has gone up. I went over the percentages with you guys on the last live. Home ownership, housing market up 73%. The food industry up 67%. The money, the pay rate increase only up 12% in the last 6 years. But everything else is triple in the percentage. It's backwards. And the reason why people ain't making it is because it wasn't intended for you to make it. Meanwhile, Tim Walz, the one who done let all this fraud happen in Minneapolis or Minnesota, wherever they from, this man's net worth is his net worth $4 billion. How is a politician's net worth $4 billion? And their yearly annual salary is nowhere near in comparison to that. How has Nancy Pelosi got 110 generational wealth from betting and gambling and all of this stuff that they have done, and the American people don't even have a piece of property in their name? They don't own the cars that they're driving. You paying $29,000 for a $5,000 vehicle, Kelly Blue Book. This is a scam. This is a scam. And because success leaves receipts, I show y'all that. I'm not no respecter of person. I'm not different from anybody else. I'm really not. I haven't changed up to act like I'm somebody that I'm not. No, I know exactly where I come from, but I also know who I am. And I have a divine balance to be able to relate with my cousins and still say, I have tasted the goodness of the Lord. I used to tell people when they be like, because I don't believe in being a false advertiser or a false witness. Back then, if I tell people, hey, if you ask me, can the Lord raise you from the dead? I can 1000% say God will raise you from the dead. Why? Because he raised me and I got the scars. I got the receipts to prove it. I bear the marks in my body. I don't have a regular stomach. My stomach testified of on that day I lost my life. Not only my life, but my child's life. And God resurrected me from the dead. I can 1000% tell you something died in front of me on my watch. I have crazy faith to believe that the same God who resurrected me through my doctor's crazy faith could resurrect that person in my presence. But I used to couldn't tell you that God is I say, look, I know that they say, the word says, God will bless you. You know, the blessing of the Lord makes you rich and add no sorrow. That's what the words say. But can I say that God has done that for me at that time? No, that would be bearing false witness. But I know he can. And I'm believing he can. Will God deliver you from gang? I can tell you 100%. God can deliver a gangbanger. He can deliver a murderer. I can tell you 100%. But now I can tell you, God will blow your mind. God gives you the power to get wealth. God will blow your mind. If you are called to be a chain breaker, if you are called to be a curse breaker, God will blow your mind if you obey him. If you obey him, He will blow your mind. He will blow your mind, literally. I never in my life thought about, I'm not even going to care. I had big dreams, but I never thought in my life that I would see $1 million. 3 years in a row, that makes you multi-millions. I never in my life would have even thought that God would use me to go purchase land, to lead other people, to learn the information that he sent me with all these tattoos everywhere, still look gangstered out. I don't look like I fit in. If y'all see some of the pictures of my business mates, I don't fit in. There was many times I went back to my hotel room crying because I'm like, I feel just out of place. I can't relate with anything in here. Why do you have me here? Leaving my home, sacrificing, leaving my children to go to conferences and meetings and sit around people that I was very uncomfortable with because we didn't speak the same language. I didn't know God could do that. But he could. And he can do the same thing for you. And that's all I want to present to you, solutions. You have a choice. So I don't feel sorry for anybody that pity is played out. I have compassion for people, but I don't feel sorry for nobody. Because I go back to what I said in the beginning. When you give people power over you, that's your fault. And until you take your power back, it's going to remain your fault. My favorite analogy, a pimp ain't a pimp without an HO. Okay? When that HO decide, I don't want to be an HO no more, that pimp is not going to be able to pimp nobody. When you get tired of crooked politicians, you'll stop voting them in. When you get tired of your money being siphoned right from out of you, you are working for a foreigner. You a slave. You are working for a war. You a murderer. You are working for abortion. You a murderer. You are working for unjust laws and Sharia law and everything that is happening in America. You're working for that. Your taxpayer dollars is supporting that and funding that, not just supporting, funding it. And when you get tired, you will stand up. You and everybody else is tired, and you will do something different. Sanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Some of us still in the place financially, we just a little bit overbroke. Just a little overbroke. Sound like a job. Just overbroke. Yeah. We're just a little bit overbroke. Let that one stream of income that we got be touched and the whole house collapse. That's super dangerous. If my rent, my food, my electricity, my insurance, my livelihood, my basic essentials and necessities, everything is pulling off this one stream of income. If they take it, if something happens to me in my body and I can't go to work, something happened to my vehicle, they decide that this program is no longer going to be given out, my whole entire house goes down. That is one hell of a fee to pay in the land of the free and the home of the slaves. It ain't on them, it's on you. If you like it, I love it. If I had a bad heart, I would take advantage of people who want to be taken advantage of. It's not inside of my heart. It's not inside of my heart. Even when the devil be like, They love being lied to. They love being, look how they just give all their money away to the wolves. People get on there and hoop and holler and lie to you up and down. And then somebody come and say, hey, instead of you giving your money away, why don't you invest your money in yourself and make that money come back to you? That way you have more to invest and you won't deplete what you have trying to do so. Hey, there's a different way. You ain't got to go through all these gimmicks and stuff, you know. Why don't you learn you some new skills? Not only help yourself, help other people. If I learn skills, I'll always have my bills paid. That's the name of the game. A mechanic gets paid because it knows how to fix cars. A dentist gets paid because it knows how to fix teeth. It went to school to learn a skill. So forth and so on. A lawyer gets paid because it knows how to legislate in the courts. A prosecutor gets paid because it knows how to prosecute. A teacher gets paid because it knows how to teach. What do you know how to do that you can get paid for outside of working? Then get paid what you want to get paid. Right? So I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I got some opportunities I want to go over. This is going to be the short part. I always make this the short part. Because I don't ever want you to get up on here thinking, I'm a salesman and I'm trying to sell you something. If I wanted to remain a salesman, I would have stayed here in California, in Fresno, to be exact, selling dope. I made a lot of money doing that. And there ain't no shame in my past, none of that. I tell you the honest to God truth. There were men that were jealous of my hustle. There were men that was plotting on taking me out because I out hustled them. I knew how to strategize and get people that was coming to them, loyal customers that come to me. And I made a lot of money doing so. And was very proud, like a demon, to do that demonic stuff. So if I wanted to be a salesman, I just, hey, what's up? I got that for you right here. Look. That is not, I'm not a salesman. I'm a servant. If I can't impact your life, I don't need to be in your life. If I can't show you the way, then I don't need to be showing you the way. If I'm up here preaching a bunch of junk and telling you, oh, I did this, and oh, I did that, and I ain't got no receipts with my name on them, I ain't got no facts, I ain't got no documentation, I ain't got no proof, then I am a fraud. And you should not follow me. But the moment that I tell you that I can do it, I'll show you that I did it. Now let me help you do it, because I know how to do it. That's on you. I want to show y'all something because I feel led to. Hopefully they'll mess with my video. Give me 1 second. Honey, can you give my cards to one of them and send them to me? I want to show y'all something. My card's out my purse. Hey, Mom. All right. Hold on 1 second. Last time I did this, they came for my video, so hopefully they don't. They don't want y'all knowing the truth. As long as we selling lies, then they cool. You know, that's one of the reasons I asked y'all to share my stuff. Because I'm a truth teller and they hate the truth. No, I just want my cards. Hold it. Okay. There you go. Get back. All right. Hopefully it'll let y'all see this with the filter on. When I tell you credit, y'all, let's see where I can hold this at. These are cards, okay? When I tell you I didn't went and got them, I have went and got them, okay? These are stacks of cards. Let me turn it this way so you can see my driver's license. These are cards. Okay? Lots of them. When I tell you that credit can change your life, it really can change your life. It changed mine. When I tell you that they will give you anything that you ever dreamed with credit, not money, cash is trash. Credit is power. Credit is power. Okay? Credit is power. Credit is power. It is. If you learn the game of credit, and there's only 3 games you need to learn in life: the money game, the credit game, and the tax game. You or your peoples or your family, your tribe, your community will never ever know what lack is. I'm not telling you to fix your credit because I need you to fix your credit. I'm telling you to fix your credit so that you can go run it up. Now, if I'm telling you to fix your credit so you can go run it up, I would have to first had to go run it up. I would have had to first tell you to go run it up. And I don't show this to flex. I don't show this to impress you. I show you this as proof. When I tell you, have you ever seen anybody with this amount of cards? Let me know in the chat. Have you ever seen anybody? And it's just a couple papers where I have some stuff in between cards that I need to get to immediately. Have you ever seen somebody have this many cards? Business and personal. Have you ever seen somebody have this amount of cards? This is how we buy land. This is how we buy commercial property. This is how we bought vehicles. This is how we have commercial. I just said commercial property. When I say commercial property, I mean buildings, but we have commercial lease properties, okay? Where you go and lease a property in your name to bring you in passive income. I tell y'all all the time, I don't have no problems getting money. I don't. That's one lie that I was able to debunk in my own life. That money is not the problem. People are like, I just need more money. If I had more money, man, if I just had more money, let me tell you, money is not the problem. The lack of knowledge. You don't know how to go get it, just like I didn't know how to go get it. You don't know where to go get it from, just like I didn't know where to go get it from. I had to pay to get knowledge. Even the Bible says, sell all you have and buy you some wisdom, and buy you some understanding, buy you some knowledge, and don't give it out for free. We wonder, why is school? Why do you gotta pay to go to school? Because they using biblical principles. Not supposed to give it away for free. And that's why it's wealth secrets. You ain't ready for no wealth if you can't even handle 1,000, 2,000. You hard pressed. Okay, God says give 10,000. Give 10,000. Oh, I could never do such a thing. Oh, you ain't ready for 100,000. What are you talking about? You can only reap from the realm that you sow into. What do you think? God is a genie? You think this is a magic game? No. When I was ready to stop only being able to receive in the 100 realm, I stopped giving hundreds. $97 will just keep you stuck. Can I be honest with you? Them little programs you buy, I just grab that program. And nothing wrong with it. Start wherever you must. but it will give you only enough information to get you to the next, what you call that in baseball? Um, where they go to the first base. It's only gonna get you to the next base. You cannot get rich or wealthy or be prosperous or successful being cheap. You just can't. You just can't. What I got for $97 was some game. Then I got there to the end of it. I'm like, okay, well, dang, what's next? What I gotta do next? I got the momentum. Then the momentum dies because I don't know what to do next. So I didn't start something without finishing it. Then the next big thing come around. Oh, okay. Well, I just put that on the back burner. Let me go ahead and get this right here. And then I only get to right there. I stuck it in. Dang, what the heck? But when I was like, look, I'm ready to buy me some apartments. I'm ready to be an investor. I like the sound of $1,300 coming in every single month without me having to work for it. I like that. And I can get that for the rest of my life till I say, oh, wow, yeah. And then I get equity in it. Man, I see so much money in this one event. Yes, yes, yes. How much that's going to cost? It'll be $9,999. What? $9,999? Oh, I was like, wow, I want that. I want that real bad. I want that bad. Am I willing to pay $9,999, or am I willing to just keep on paying $50,000 a year because I'm poor and I got to pay double deposits and double this and everything, and know the rejection and all the emotional toil that comes with being broke and poor and struggling? That costs me more than this $9,999. For $9,999, you get access to everything up in here, right here. Boom, 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 boom. Man, I had me a field day. I ain't even gonna cap to you. I didn't even have the money. But I didn't let when I heard that price tell me, hell no, I can't afford that. Because now I would just talk myself out of my next level. First, I was like, ooh, that's a lot. But it's not a lot to where I'm going. You ready to get to the $1,000, the $10,000 level? Okay, it's going to be $10,000. Paid that $10,000, made $70,000. Never made that much money even in the dope game. When I gave $10,000, I was able to get $70,000 back, and it came fast. Then the next thing was $100,000. In a day, I was like, what? This is unheard of. So guess what happened? It's like, oh, okay, you ready to go to your next level? How much for that mentorship? $50,000. I showed y'all the receipts. $50,000. Wow. $10,000 was $50,000 for one day, an hour on the plane with you? What? Some wine and some snail? $50,000? So when I wasn't playing no games. I just want to know what's in your mind. Give me access. What I got to do? Tell me the solution. Told me one solution, baby. It was up. I went from 70,000 to 313,000. I still show y'all the receipts to this day. Still show y'all the receipts to this day. Then my next level, my mentor said, it gave me a challenge, and I went to the challenge like, well, if you want to work with me for the next year, that will be 150,000. We take wires. There was no break it up here. You had to put $20,000 down. If they approved you for the program, then you paid the 130. If they did not approve you for the program, they would give you something accumulating 20,000. You wouldn't even get your deposit back. 150,000, yikes, a year? Wow. just 1 hour with that man gave me the $1 million framework. And my first year doing $1 million was when I invested that 150,000. Never seen myself buying no almost $300,000, 15 acres of land. But if I would have been skeptical, like trying to hold on to money, money is trash. Credit is real power. Real power. Because then they be like, oh, you just go over there and do that. Yeah, my buddy, you just call him on the phone. You're not paying for information. You're paying for access. You're paying for connections. Who do you know? How you got there? Help me get there. That's what you're paying for. You're not paying for information. You can go to Google or YouTube for information, and you can information yourself all the way there. But if you want to get there with speed and you tired of being tired, you will pay for people to get you out of pain. You will pay for people to get you out of pain. Man, get me out of this poverty. This is painful. Get me out of this lag. Get me out of this 9 to 5. This is painful. I'm tired. I can't take it no more. That's when you take action. When poverty cost me a kid, when the lack of knowledge cost me my son, that's why the devil hates me. He thought I would be somewhere popping a perk, probably drunk, face down in the bed, can't move forward. I know that. I just sensed that that was what his will or his purpose was for me. Oh, just go in, lay in the bed and give it up. I see lots of people who do that. And I actually had the opposite reaction. I was like, oh, hell no. I can't judge their journey because I don't know how much, they love their loved one. But God, please don't ever let me get stuck. Please, I need you. I didn't run from him. It made me run to him because I was terrified of how people who never drank begin to be drinkers. I hate alcohol. I'm not a drinker. I don't like it. It's a spirit. It's called wine and spirits. It makes me act very satanic. So I sure didn't want to be an alcoholic. And then I didn't want to be on drugs. It was a medication that killed my son. So I sure did not want to be on drugs. The day that I found out my son died, they offered me a pill. You need this to calm down. I will not. They was hell bent on making me take that pill. I will not take that pill. I don't need to calm down. I will calm down or whatever you in my own timing. Get the hell away from me. I don't want that. So I sure didn't want to go get on pills. Sure didn't want to go talk to a psych. And they tell me, hey, you need to be diagnosed with and give me a prescription. Never. Mm-mm. I had to take this pain to the chin. No drugs, no alcohol, no none of that. But what I did do was I took my pain and I turned it into purpose. My lack of knowledge cost my child his life. It will never happen again. I can't get that back. I can't. Oh, oops, my bad. That was a mistake. Let me get a do-over. No, my baby's in the dirt. I don't get a do-over. And I did not just think about myself. I said, let me help other people, especially people that are uneducated and we don't know this information, get this information so they never have to experience what I have had to experience playing these people games. So that's why I show up. Let me offer y'all these opportunities, okay? Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me take you by your hand and lead you into your financial promised land, because that's what it is. And that's all that it is. I'm going to start here first. I've said it for like 2 days now. This weekend, if we don't need to be doing anything, we need to be getting prepared. I would always say get prepared spiritually. If you ain't been locked in, lock in. If you need to repent of some things, repent of some things, because some things that we are getting ready to see. You might lose heart. You might faint. You might not make it. There are things that are already, like the veil has not really been ripped off, but today I was reminded, and I'm going to come by on just a special session to give what God said. We about to see more death than we did ever seen. We about to see, we about to see a lot. I mean, a whole lot of destruction, of degradation, of desperation. We about to see things we have never seen before. Just brace yourself for it. So first and foremost, you need to be spiritually grounded. Anybody that is not marked is up for judgment. You need to be spiritually grounded so that you can hear what the Spirit is going to tell you to do. Simple as that. Which way should I go today? Should I drive this freeway? Should I even go in today? Should I stay home? You need to be guided. You need to be led, not in charge. So that's the first thing I would say, get together. Secondly, we need to be prepared. We need to be prepared for an EMP attack. We need to be prepared for a nuclear weapon attack. We need to be prepared for some type of invasion, a biochemical or weapon attack. We need to be prepared. And I'm not saying this. I'm the messenger repeating what they didn't say it. They have a self-resistant, it is not fooling with no type of medication, no antibiotics, that it broke out in 30 states right now. It's a fungus. And I don't think it's strange that them Chinese nationals was just caught smuggling fungus into the United States to put in the dirt and to put in the produce and to put in the cattle and feed it to our animals, where they go get slaughtered and end up in our grocery stores. I don't think it's strange or coincidental. I think it's very intentional. I think it's very intentional. The amount of jobs that are continuously, I think record breaking this month was the most people who have gotten laid off. Like 12,000 people have been laid off in 1 month. And we just getting started in January. We're days in, not even a week, not even weeks, days still. And 12,000 people laid off. It's just only going to get worse. And if we are not marked, and not only if we are not marked, if we are not obedient, you can take it for whatever it is you want to take it. You can't say, I didn't hear that, I didn't know it, because you're going to be reminded. Yeah, you popped in and you heard what you needed to hear, and then you popped out. Or you tuned out. Or you didn't think it was that serious. But in the days to come, you will see. God is not a man that he should lie, nor is he the son of man that he should repent. He loved us too much to see us. He said, I will that no man be destroyed, no man perish, but that all of us have everlasting life. He does not want harm to come to his children. I don't care how evil you are. If you don't believe in him, what you believe in, what you serve, you still his child. It doesn't change that. And he doesn't want not one of us, not even one single strand of hair on our head, to be touched. If he is the parent and he is the manufacturer, we need to be listening to what he is instructing us to do, because he knows what we don't. He can see ahead. We can't even see in front of our 2 feet. We can't see what tomorrow holds, but he can. And there is destruction that is here at the doorstep. Be vigilant, be alert, be sober minded, but still be building. Okay? Still be building as if today was the day. Still be building. Blessed is he or she that I find working when I return, not sleeping and waiting. Building. Okay? Just wanted to say that. The very first offer, and I'm probably going to shut it down after today. Um, you see the ticker at the bottom of the screen so that nothing is misconstrued. People ain't misinformed. These are on live only opportunities. Okay. I don't owe anybody any favors. I don't owe anybody any hookups, any discounts. I don't owe anybody any of that. I've done that for the last 2 years. That's not the type of timing I'm on anymore. So when I come by and I have the online offers only, it means while we're live, you can take advantage of it. Some of them I'll let you know. They will be available after the live, but you're going to pay regular price. Okay? You have to be present to catch it. We all need to be prepared, and not only do we need to be prepared like, oh, we need to have extra batteries. Nah, we need to know how to create our own ecosystem in case of disaster. And one of the things that most people are unfamiliar with is bartering. We got to get back to sovereign money, sovereign wealth, bartering. The widow lady became a billionaire in the middle of a famine because she had oil. Okay. A whole entire river was able to go from being bitter, where the people couldn't drink it, to being sweet because they had salt. So, on this emergency preparedness, because of the wars and the rumors of wars and the threatening, and China, what they said when I showed y'all what they said on the last live, and Russia, what they didn't said, and what the African nations didn't say, because Donald Trump out here doing just way too much. How they are prepared for war against us, thinking we coming in and taking over their country and seizing their governmental officials. They're ready for war. Donald Trump seems not to be fazed by that at all. He put 6 countries on alert and let them know we're coming for you. Greenland, Colombia, Cuba, repeat for Venezuela, okay, Mexico, and it was one more. Can't think of the other one, but it was one more. I went over it on the last live. We need to be prepared. We need to know if they attack the grid. Iran, that was the other one. If they attack our power grid, then what? If we can't make phone calls, if we can't reach our loved ones, if we can't access our monies in the bank because everything is digital, then how would we eat? You need to know the essentials that have sustained other generations in perilous times that will also sustain you. You need to know exactly which items you should have your hands on outside of silver and gold so you can have your own bartering system. This is the last day and the last time I'm going to offer it for $47, full access, lifetime access to the replay. Is going to show you where to actually be able to buy the products from, what products you need, how to go get you some funding. Okay? If you need funding, how to go get money so you can get your hands on these things that you need. Emergency preparedness, what connections you can make with some other, farm owners and different things of that sort, people that are canning, showing you how to can. You can partner with them and buy canned foods, or you can learn. People that look like us, people that have built communities, people that are not using service phones, that are, connected to some type of, AT&T or broadband, but these phones work off of satellite. You're going to get all of that, okay? It is $47 for the workshop going down this weekend. Everybody and their mama should be there, especially if you're not prepared, if you have children. I know we are not prepared because when I took the workshop years ago, I was flabbergasted. I had shelves in my garage full of stuff, but it was not enough. If I have a family of 5 and we go through a 8 16 rolls of tissue, every single week. I need to at least store up for about 3 to 6 months, especially if a nuclear weapon, an EMP attack, because they have to reset everything. Everything is not going back to normal in one night. Hey, sis, how are you? Everything is not going back to normal. So if I'm using 16 rolls in a week, I'm going to need that 16 roll for week one. I'm going to have to times that times 4. That's 16, 32, that's 64 rolls of tissue a month. If I need to stack up for 3 to 6 months, then I have to multiply that times 3 or multiply that times 6. If it takes 1,500 gallons of water for me and my family per week, then I'm going to have to multiply that times 4 for a whole month, and then multiply that times either 3 months or 6 months. We don't think like that. We're just like, oh, let me get a couple of canned goods, a little bit. No, you have to be prepared, and you're going to need money. You're going to need to leverage other people's money. Okay? So you can go get what you need. Credit is power, not cash. Cash is trash. Stop trying to hold on to it and work for mammon. Okay? So I have the workshop for $47. My final call on that. Okay? Good to see you. God bless you and all you do. Thank you, sister. God bless you too. It's good to see you too. It's always a pleasure when you come and sit with your girl, Dr. Worlds. Mwah. Much love to you. Much love to you, sister. Yes, so I have that workshop, $47. I'm going to actually make it $97, okay? And I am going to make it $97 soon. What in the world is going on over here? Hold on. That is a lie from the... Ooh! Okay. Secondly, there is I tell people this all the time, okay? And the only reason why I am allowing these workshops, I'm not doing workshops anymore. If I do any type of workshop style, it's going to be pre-recorded where I can just run it. It's going to be called a webinar. You too, love. It's going to be called a webinar, okay? So I won't do multiple workshops. This is what I'm doing is what I'm led to do. The emergency preparedness was told to me and instructed to me to host by the Holy Spirit. Okay? So I'm being obedient to do that. And the holiday hustle. It does not mean Christmas hustle, does not mean Thanksgiving or Black Friday. It's a holiday every single month. Every single month, I want to show you how to make you $10,000 on the holiday. Every single month. Valentine's Day is up next. People are going to spend the money. They might as well spend it with you. It can literally take you 15 minutes to create you something that will generate you $10,000 in the month of February before Valentine's Day. And when you get done creating that for Valentine's Day and letting it just, you set it and forget it, then here you got St. Patrick's Day, spring break. You are already in position to go ahead and run up, make you some beach towels, some customized. You ain't got to sit there and sew them. Some St. Patty's, some green people. You ain't got to create nothing. You don't got to have it. None of that. Holiday hustle, okay? Digital. And then when you set that and forget that in 15 minutes, you start working on Mother's Day. You start working on Father's Day thereafter. Start working on 4th of July. Holiday hustle is going to be my last AI workshop where you learn how to get a digital bag fast. Because you're going to need it. If money then only went up 12% and everything else is almost at 100%, you're going to need more money. And money is not the problem at all. Okay. So I have the holiday hustle where I'm going to show you how to rinse, wash, and repeat every single month and run up you at least a $10,000 bag. That will at least kind of put you in the middle class bracket. You're not poor, but you're middle class. You're doing $100,000 plus for a whole entire year. If that scares some of y'all, because hey, that might mess up my Social Security, that might mess up my food stamps. This is a side hustle, it's a business. So anything in your house can be used as a write off. We do things the smart way. If I pay a light bill, that's a write off for the whole year. If I pay a phone bill, that's a write off for the whole year. If I pay rent, it's a write off for the whole year. If I use my vehicle, write off for the whole year. If I buy food, write off for the whole year. My kids took out the trash, write off for a whole year. I got 4 of them, write off for a whole year. My dog wears a shirt advertising my business. He's employed by me. That's a write off, okay? Everything becomes a write off. So it's not earned income, okay? I said learn the money game, the credit game, and the tax game. You set yourself up for generational wealth forever, long term. I have that workshop. It's $97. Okay, comes with Q&A, lifetime access, comes with demonstration. Okay, not a bunch of talking to you. We're gonna do this together and show you how to put it together. Set up your own store. Create your product. What is it that you want to sell? Okay, you want to sell designs, you want to sell templates, whatever it is you want to sell in the digital space. We can create it, and then we're gonna have it set up on the platform for you to sell it. So you ain't gotta worry about, well, what's next? What's the next step? And you stuck. No, we want the product created, and we want you making sales. And then I'm even gonna give you some stuff you can sell without you having to create anything if you really want to be super lazy. Not only that, I'm gonna give you the stuff that you need to just sell it. Meaning the viral videos. Hey, put buy my Valentine's Day memorial set or whatever. Hey, I'll do you a Valentine's Day photo shoot. Hey, whatever. You can have it automated. Just go to my website. I already set that up. Dr. T, we got it together. Okay. They paid me. It's already delivered to them. Life goes on. We're moving on. Okay. I'm going to give you some stuff to sell. And not only am I going to give you some stuff to sell, I'm going to give you the content that's going to sell it. And give it to you. It's already done for you. That's one heck of a deal for $97. If everything is going AI digital, I might as well learn this. Because they're not trying to save jobs. They're not highly suggesting that we go back into the workforce and to the brick and mortar. No, they're telling you if you don't learn AI, you will be replaced by it. AI is coming for your job. That's all you hear. So all you hear because it's real. AI took a lot of people's jobs, and still got lots more to go. They can build houses now. They can do CPR now. They can patrol. Okay. You can't shoot them. They don't get tired. They don't take breaks. They don't have to do time off. They don't get sick. Okay. They're replacing human beings fast. It brings them speed with this AI and this automation, these robots brings us speed. We get more done. We get more, money coming in, more bang for our buck. We get more than we would with one human being employee. Now there are some skills that cannot be replaced, but you had to have already went and got you a degree for some of those, like mechanic engineers, developmental digital engineers, X-ray technicians, stuff like that. So you got to go get a degree for everything else. Everybody else's jobs not safe at all. So I'm gonna show you in this workshop. We're gonna create it. We're gonna launch it, And then I'm gonna give you everything that you need so that you can be successful making money while you sleep, so you stop having to go lose sleep to make money. $97. I have a community. This is the best gift that I can give to y'all. I have a community. Okay. Inside of this community, I'm giving you everything credit. I'm giving you where to go get funding. I'm giving you the credit prompt to fix your credit using Supreme Court law and using case law, using the right proper lingo. Okay. A lot of the sweep stuff is going away because they didn't found out too many of us then came over there and got our credit power back. So now they up in the ante on this. Now we done had to go ahead and pivot and hit them where it really hurts with not only consumer law, but the Federal Credit Reporting Act law, the FTC law, okay, and the Supreme Court law. Play with us if you want to. I have a brother who sues the credit bureaus for trying to validate information that is illegal to be reported on your credit. Okay, so we give you everything that you need, every tool that you need to fix your credit, because ain't nobody gonna care about your credit more than you and better than you. I don't care how much you pay. It's not their credit. There's no urgency. Okay, that's why you end up back in the same situation. No, in the community, you get access to everything, the sweeps. Okay, the student loan violation letters, everything that you need to get out of debt. And then we got funding plans, lots of them. Okay, over 30 that will fund you with just a pre-approval. We got the freeze hack, how to not receive a hard inquiry because you went and you did a pre-approval. Okay, how to get approved after the pre-approval without getting a hard inquiry. We got the freeze act, so you get all that game. Okay, you get weekly calls, weekly updates. You get real estate opportunities so that when you start getting them big funding bags, when you start going to get them big funding bags, then you got something to invest in. You got community, you got collaboration, you got credit, you got cash flow, you got funding opportunities. If you need trade lines to boost your credit after you done got your credit, the negative stuff deleted, we got you on that. You can literally uh, 100 to 200 score point increase in 7 to 10 days. Okay, you can go get yourself fully funded in under 30 days. You can have your credit swept. You can actually go and use the law against the lawless, the credit bureaus. Okay, you get all of that, the trade lines, you get access to real estate, you get access to credit repair. Okay, credit, you can actually learn how to start your own um, funding company from the information, credit repair funding company, if that's the route you want to go. You have access to sell any of the templates that I put inside of there. One play is, hey, Monday come out this for student loan. Hey, who need them student loans? They starting to go ahead and default and come and garnish your wages. Who got student loans you need removed off of your credit profile? 10 people do. Okay, I'm selling the template, the student loan violation for 47. 10 people come and sign up. That's $500 off of something that you didn't have to create, neither do you have to recreate. So Monday you got 10 people that need this student loan violation. Okay, who got child support for Tuesday? Who need to have child support removed from their credit profile because it was illegal to put it on there? 5 of them say, I do. Okay, I got a template for $47. That's 250 you done made on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, hey, who got any judgments or evictions or late payments, whatever one you want to get up there. Every single day you can have a different sale and never get on there and show your face. If you sell money and you sell funding, credit, you'll never ever be broke. So the community is $97 per month. $99, excuse me. $99 per month. But for the first 5 people, you will be granted access for a one-time payment of $99. Okay? That's what I got for y'all for the hookup. That's it and that's all. Next things that I want to talk about, and I will be off of here in about 5 to 10 minutes, okay? I'm going to go through this real quick. If you are going to take advantage of any opportunity that I'm talking about on this live, you got to do it before the live ends. This is on live only. I am live right now with you all, and this is only on live offers, opportunities. Let me pull this up real quick. I'll go through this and I'll get out y'all way. Okay, it's the wrong one. Hold on. All right. All right, here we go. So this is a challenge, okay, that I'm going to do. I'm going to devote the first part of my year having like 2 or 3 of these challenges, which will only be 30 days. The first challenge that I am going to have, okay, and I'm offering this at a discounted price. Hear me clearly, only because it will not take off and start until after my birthday, which is in 12 days. Okay? It won't start. Any other time, you have to pay me full price. But because it will not start until after my birthday, you can catch this with 2 hands and literally take advantage of the opportunity. This is the funding positioning challenge. Okay? This path is being created or presented to you because nothing else works without money and positioning. You don't want to join a community? Get on this challenge. This challenge guaranteed you will have a $50,000 playbook by the end of the 30 days, meaning you will have the monies either on their way to your account, okay, or already deposited into your account. You will position yourself to get this $50,000. And I'm only looking for a small handful of people to do this with. I don't want the masses. I don't want 50, 60. I'm not doing all of that. I'm working from rest. I'm building from rest in this season. Okay? It takes some time to take care of Dr. T. But I want to make sure that I don't leave my cousins out here naked, confused, and abused and being taken advantage of. So most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because their credit profile is sloppy. Banks see them as very risky and they don't understand how money actually moves. So this path, fixes the root, not the symptom. This is for people that is tired of guessing, people with decent income, but they don't know how to leverage. Entrepreneurs that is done bootstrapping. And anyone who wants options in 2026, not oppression. Okay? This is a funding challenge, a financial funding challenge. Hold on one second. Okay? And it's called the 50K funding positioning challenge. 50K funding positioning challenge. It's 30 days. Okay? The price or the investment, shall I say, I'm not going to use price. The investment is $497. I'm only doing this for 10 people and doing this with 10 people. Okay? If you need money, you need clarity, you need freedom, and to stop guessing, then this challenge will be for you. This is the only challenge that I'm going to do where I'm going to guarantee you that you'll have a $50,000 playbook in motion at the end of these 30 days. Every day you'll have a little task. Not nothing major. You don't need no experience. We're going to get that credit together and we're going to get you fully funded. $50,000 in funding in 30 days, okay? What you going to do? We're going to fix or correct that credit profile. We're going to become bank ready so the banks can give us the money that we are going after. We are going to learn multiple funding pathways and we're going to execute. We're not just going to get information and get information rich, execution poor. Okay? This is for those that are fearful but hopeful, tired of being broke, and they just want direction. Show me what to do and I'll do it. Okay? This is $497 for 30 days. But would you exchange $497 for $50K? You wouldn't look at it as a cost. You would look at it as an investment. Okay? I can show you where the money is at. Just let me show you. Let me show you how to get yourself together. A lot of the opportunity when I'll be dropping links, say, hey, go get pre-approved. People come back, I was denied, or they don't say anything at all because their credit is messed up. Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you, okay? So let me help you. That's all I'm saying. Let me help you. Let me help you go run it up real fast. Don't need a lot of time. Let me help you, okay? Credit card stacking is a real thing. And you can get $1 million in funding. You can get more than 50,000. My guarantee is 50,000. You can get more than that if you pay attention and follow the blueprint. Okay, $497. Me and my husband is coming together in 2026. I'm going to help him with this. The non-CDL transportation systems lab. Okay, this is 30 days. We are going to, if you want a real business, because we're going to show you how to start you a non-CDL transportation business that you don't have to drive. We're going to start calling this the Somali rich. We finna get Somali rich, okay? And we finna show others how to get Somali rich in non-CDL transportation, okay? My husband is only taking 12. He's only working with 12. So it's 30 days, okay? If you want a real business that makes money without you driving and without you being actively, involved in it, having to trade your time for money, then this is for you. We're going to help you pick a lane. You want to do dispatching, freight brokering, done for you paperwork, hiring your drivers, government transportation contracts, okay, set up systems, learn scaling without ever touching freight keys, whatever the case may be, okay? We're going to show you how to get to that $1 trillion bag in transportation. Everything will always have to be transported. This is an evergreen, recession-proof, pandemic-proof. When the pandemic hit, transportation did not stop. No, ma'am, no, sir. It went up in demand. Therefore, you had to pay more for transport than anything because couldn't nobody move unless you was essential. Transportation was essential. My husband has this. This is a 30-day challenge. We're going to get you set up, whether in dispatching, whether in paperwork preparation, whether you're going to be in freight brokering. It doesn't matter whether you want to sell, what do you call it, trailer rentals, Whether you want to be a landlord and do commercial parking on the land, it doesn't matter. You want to get into government contracts, you want to go get contracts for medical couriers, and you hire people to do it, don't matter. Okay, we're gonna take you from start to scale in 30 days in the non-CDL transportation space, which is a trillion dollar niche. Okay, no CDL. You don't have to have no experience. You don't have to touch no freight, and you don't have to operate no fleet. We're going to show you how to make money while you sleep in this non-CDL transportation systems lab. It is $497 as well. Remember, I am offering you the opportunities while we are live. Next, I'm offering, I already offered that community. Okay. If you want money online without burnout or being on camera, that $97 community is gonna be for you. Okay, $99. My bad. $99 community is going to be for you. And if you can get in and be one of the first 5 to pay $99, so you ain't got to pay it over and over and over again, and you be grandfathered in for life, for however long I'm living and whoever else takes over thereafter. Okay? AI is hot, but people is overwhelmed. You might as well learn you a skill that will forever pay your bills. Okay? $97. This is the last one. I'm not going to do the other one. I got an intensive. It's the Community Builder Intensive. This is 30 days as well. Okay? This is all about generational wealth. This is all about, legacy. It's all about lifestyle. This is a very small, intimate setting. My husband's going to take 12 in the transportation. I'm only taking 10 in the funding and credit. And in this one here, I'm only going to take about 8. And that would include me as being one of the 8. But this is an intensive. It's 30 days. If you want to build something that lasts generations, then I'm going to help you. Land banking, where to find land at. I got houses that they are selling, y'all, for $1,500. Houses. Townhouses. Okay? Land you can buy for $1 as long as you build something on it. Some type of commercial. Okay, I'm going to give you everything you need. Land acquisition. We're going to get the money from the SBA, CDFI lenders. There is a shortage in America. 4.7 to 4.9 million homes that is needed, but it is a shortage. They are looking for us and willing to pay us real swell to offer a solution to their problem, to get them out of pain. 4.7 to 4.9 million shortages of houses. They cannot keep up with the demand. All these people that moved in here, all these babies being born, we're going to run this up. In 2026, I'm only hanging with builders. If you ain't trying to get rich with me and not rich so we can go floss, we're not flossing. We want to be asset rich, not paper rich. Okay? We want to be rich in wisdom, rich in service. We want to be rich in impact, rich in income. We want to be rich. Okay? Period, point blank. So we're gonna learn about low income housing, because that is where they're paying a lot of money into the low income housing, the non-medical housing, where you ain't gotta have no medical degree, you ain't gotta have nobody come up in there with no medical. Hey brother, you ain't gotta have nobody come up in there with any of that. We're going to leverage government contracts, just like them Somalians did for their daycares and their autism centers and their adult daycares. Listen, the American citizens is going to get those contracts, okay? and for nonprofit and profit layering. We're going to learn all about that. Re-entry homes, everything. If you wanted to get started in healthcare, the trillions of dollars for wound care, all of that. We're going to go over all of that. Okay. The buyer mindset to be a part of this intensive. You got to be a visionary. You got to be patient. You got to be serious, and you got to be willing to learn. This will require capital. It will require patience again, and it will require maturity. Wealth is not built overnight. It's built brick by brick. But by the end of this 30 days, okay, you will have the whole entire framework. You will have the funding path. You will have which acquisition you're going to go with land. You're going to have, how to, you're going to be registered. You're going to know how to go get the money, who in your backyard, neighborhood, around the corner, up the ditch, whatever you want to call it, got money for the projects. Okay. USDA loans. They are, if you buy land in the rural areas, they will give you the money. Say, for instance, you want to build a 50-unit apartment complex. As long as it's in a rural area, they will pay for the land and the build. I got connections to the builders that will build this thing for you in 90 days or less. To the banker who will fund you without even utilizing your credit at all. Okay? You get all that connection. And this is a 30-day intensive. Those 3 opportunities are $497. Okay. I'm gonna let y'all go with that. I gave y'all 3 low ticket and I gave y'all 3 middle ticket. I still call that low ticket. $497. Would you exchange it for a better life? Will you exchange it for freedom? Will you exchange it so that you can find the time to do and fulfill and serve the purpose? Would you exchange $497 for a 10x return on your $497? If you don't want nothing else, let me just get a return on my money. Let me just get a return on my money. Let me get more than what I put out. Then I'm winning. Okay? Remember, credit is power, not cash. Credit is power. And once you learn the credit game, you won't be denied for anything. Any questions for me? Instagram cousins, I'm out of here. Okay? Y'all already know y'all can't see the information on screen that they can see over there. You can go ahead and hit that DM friend. We'll get you all the way together. Don't forget, share the word, share the message, share with somebody other than yourself. If this is not for you, it could be for somebody that you know. Sharing is free. It don't cost you nothing. Okay? And until the next time, make sure you stay blessed on purpose. Make sure you go and reach out to somebody you never know and may save their life. And until we meet again, if ain't nobody told you today they love you, Dr. T loves you. And that's why I show up. Peace. Ain't no questions over here. I'm going to give y'all 30 seconds and then I'm going to go ahead and move along. Okay? Please don't. Don't message me. I'm going to start leaving y'all on red. I read it, but I'm not replying. Y'all do it every time. It never fails. This is on live only opportunities. These opportunities will still be available. Okay? You would just have wasted that much time waiting. And what I'm offering them for today will not be offered at the same price for tomorrow. Okay? Just will not. With that being said, since I know there's a little lag, a little delay, I will wait 60 seconds. If I don't see no comments come up on the screen, then we're going to go ahead and part. We're going to go ahead and leave, we're going to exit left. So I'm going to give about 45 more seconds. If ain't nobody told you they love you today, Dr. T loves you. Okay? Payment information is on the screen. You want to lock in and secure your spot? If you say, look, I'm not making no more vain resolutions, I'm actually going to do something today that my tomorrow is going to say thank you for. Because what we building today is not for today. When we work, we working for today. When we build and we invest, that is for tomorrow. Love you, brother. Love you so much. Glad to see you, brother. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next time. Over and out. Stay safe. Stay sucker free. Stay satanic free. Okay? Stay rooted in Christ. Make sure that you doing your job, preparing your family as God would have us all do, transporting the kingdom of God here on earth just as it is in heaven. Peace.